Okay, here we go. This is the practice problem video for 3.3 multi-step equations. Let's go ahead and look at the even problems this week, and you guys can do the odd problems. All right, so the first thing we need to do is combine like terms. All right, so if this negative m weren't here, all I would see is 2 minus 1, and 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay, so now I'm just going to drop down this negative m. It is a positive one, so I'm going to separate that with a plus sign, drop down the equal sign, and the 0. All right, so I want to get this at negative m by itself, so I need to get rid of this positive 1, so I'm going to go ahead and subtract 1 on both sides. Cancels out here. I'm left with negative m is equal to negative 1. Okay, so really technically this is negative 1m is equal to negative 1. So if I want to get a positive 1m, I just need to divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1, and I'm left with a positive 1m is equal to negative 1 divided by negative 1 is 1. So there we go, 1m is equal to 1. All right, number 4. Again, we're going to combine like terms. I have 1 minus 1, right? If that weren't there, it's just 1 minus 1. That's 0. It's essentially eliminated. And I'm left with 3 is equal to x. And what do we need to do here? Nothing. That's already solved for. We know what x is equal to. All right. Number 6. We need to distribute here first. So we need to multiply both terms inside the parentheses by negative 3. So negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. And negative 3 times positive 4p. Just treat the numbers as usual. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. Bring down the p and kind of update the problem. All right, now remember we're working in reverse GEMDAS order, where I always say you don't want to mess with a variable until that's all you have left. So I'm going to get rid of this negative 6. So I'm going to add 6, add 6. This cancels out. I'm left with negative 12p is equal to 48. And now I need to do the opposite of multiplication, right? This is negative 12 times p. So I need to do the opposite and divide by negative 12. Divide by negative 12. Remember, you have to divide both by negative 12, not just 12. Common mistake students make. So we get 1p is equal to negative 4. All right. 8. Ooh, we got a fraction. All right, so why don't we show you 2 ways to do this problem here. I'm going to erase a little bit up here. Okay, so I could certainly distribute this out and just do negative 3/17 times 4x. You can use your calculator if you wanted to. We're going to get negative 12 over 17x. And then multiply this. This one's using negative 3/17 times negative 1. The only thing is going to change here, it's going to be a positive because it's negative times a negative. But anything times 1 is itself. So this is going to be 3/17 is equal to 3. And now we just need to subtract 3/17. Subtract 3/17. And again, this is looking pretty ugly because it's with fractions, but you know, you can use your calculator. So as long as you understand the process, it shouldn't be all the hard stuff should be your calculator. Okay, so that's gonna equal 0, so I'll just drop down this negative 12/17 x, and 3 minus 3/17 is gonna equal 48 over 17. Again, I'm not even doing this. This is just calculator work here, guys. And I want to get this negative 12/17 out of here. So one thing I can do is just divide by negative 12/17, and it'll cancel out, right? Anything over itself is equal to 1. Okay? If I do it to one side, you got to do it to the other side. So we can divide this also by negative 12 over 17. And we're going to get, just trust that the answer is right, x is equal to 4. Okay, so again, I don't expect you to be able to, I mean, you certainly could go ahead and add and subtract and divide these fractions. I know you guys all know how to, but it would probably be a pain. Just use your calculator. As long as you understand the process of this, it'll work out. But let's show a different way to solve this problem, and we should remember that we're going to get -4 as our answer. Let's make sure we get the same answer both ways. Okay? Whoa. Okay. Okay. So let's remember from before we got -4, let's make sure we can get -4 both times. So if you remember from our notes, we can make this a little bit of an easier problem by multiplying this fraction by the reciprocal, right? I want to get this equal to 1, so if I multiply this by -17 over 3, well, these are all going to cancel out. It's going to be equal to a +1, and it's essentially eliminated. So if I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other side. This one will go ahead and multiply out. We have 3 over 1, just the fraction equivalent of the whole number 3. So 3 times -17 over 3, these will cancel out, and you're just going to be left with -17. So let's go ahead and write this a little bit neater. This side's equal to 1, which means it's essentially gone. We don't need to write it. We're going to drop down the 4x minus 1. We'll get rid of the parentheses and drop down this -17. And now we can just solve this two-step equation. Remember, don't mess with the variable until that's all you have left. So I'm going to add 1 on both sides. And I'm left with 4x is equal to -17 plus 1 is -16. Divide by 4, divide by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. -16 divided by 4 is -4. And look at that, we got the same answer. So that checks out. So whichever way you want to do, I certainly think this one's probably a little bit easier, but then again, it's all calculator work in the end as long as you understand the process. Okay, let's move on. Okay, number 10. We'll show you two ways to do this one as well. So number 10, we can first go ahead and subtract out this 4. Subtract out the 4. And we're left with 9 times 7 plus 5n is equal to 513. Okay, and now I can go ahead and distribute. So I'm left with 9 times 7, that's 63. 9 times 5 is 45. N is equal to 513. Oops, now I'm going to go ahead and subtract 63. Subtract 63. Oh man. And we're going to get 45n is equal to 450. Oh, that's going to work out nicely. Go ahead and divide by 45. Divide by 45. And we should be left with 1. N is equal to 10. All right, let's kind of pause at this step here. We're going to show a different way to solve this problem. Let's remember that the answer was equal to 10. Let's solve it a different way. Okay, if I go ahead and cancel this out, and I'm left with 9 is equal to, or sorry, 9 times 7 plus 5n is equal to 513. I can stop at this step and I can just go ahead and divide both sides by 9, and I'm left with 7 plus 5n is equal to, let's see, what's 513 divided by 9? That is 57. And now we can go ahead and solve this two-step equation. I need more room, so I'm going to write it up here. 7 plus 5n is equal to 57. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this 7, which is positive because there's no sign out here, right? So I just know it's positive. So I'm going to get rid of it by subtracting it out. If you do it to one side, got to do it to the other. Sorry, that's -7. Cancels out. 5n. 57 minus 7 is 50. Divide by 5, divide by 5, and I'm left with 1n is equal to 10. Look at that, got the same answer. 2 ways to solve that one too. All right, moving on. Okay, here we got a decimal problem. This is a really good example of how, as long as you understand the process, all you have to do, just apply the steps that we would normally take. Just let your calculator do all the heavy lifting. Okay, so the first thing we want to do here is distribute this out. Okay, so I have negative 3.4 times positive 2.7a, right? And so we can just use our calculators there. We get 9.18a. Do the second distribution, we have negative 3.4 times negative 1.7. That's going to be positive 5.78. Don't forget to drop down this here. So we're going to drop down this negative 1.2a is equal to 47.3. All right. Whoops. Now we need to combine like terms. We've got these a's here, so we need to combine those. Negative 9.18a minus 1.2a. Again, this is all just calculators. If these a's weren't here, this would just be negative 9.18 minus 1.2. Type that in your calculator. You're going to get negative 10.38a. Don't forget to drop this. Positive 5.78 is equal to 47.3. All right. Again, we don't want to mess with this variable. So we need to get rid of this 5.78. It is positive, so we're just going to go ahead and subtract this out. If you do it to one side, you got to do it to the other side. And I'm going to be left with, what does that equal? Again, we're just going to go ahead and type this in. We're going to get 41.52. Drop down the negative 10.38a. Again, just understanding the process is all that matters. If this is negative 10.38 times a, we just need to get rid of it the same way we would if it was just a whole number. Divide by the exact same coefficient. Anything over itself is equal to 1. Do it to one side, got to do it to the other side. So we divide that out and we get negative 4. All right. Number 14. I don't think I'm going to have time to get to all these. You guys are going to have to get through 16 on your own. So again, we could go ahead and do this two different ways. We could multiply out a half. We would get 1/2 times negative 2. That's just going to be negative 1. And then we could multiply that out again. We're going to get 2.5n. Try to get this variable by itself, so we can just add 1, add 1. We're left with 10 is equal to 2.5n. Divide by 2.5, divide by 2.5, and you're left with 1n is equal to 4. Another way to do this one, sorry if I deleted that too quickly, we could go ahead and multiply this by 2 over 1, the reciprocal. This will cancel out. If I do it to one side, got to do it to the other side. 2 times 9 is 18. So now that would be essentially gone, so I can just rewrite this out. And now I can go ahead and solve this like I normally would. Get rid of this negative 2 by adding 2. Do it to one side, got to do it to the other side. You're left with 20 is equal to 5n. Or 5 times n, so do the opposite and divide. Oops, that's 4. Divide by 5, divide by 5. You're left with 1n is equal to 4. So you get the same answer both ways. I got a 15-minute cap, so this is the last problem I can do. So if this video was not helpful, come see me on a Google Meet. Good luck.